It takes a team to pull off a documentary, and these are the people behind Viaje, the HD Productions. Kristhel Joy Dalanon, Angelica Nuñez, Cleo de Chavez, Cordero, and Angelo Aganan.
Good day, everyone. In making a documentary film, it is integral for us to tell a story that has not been heard nor seen. And upon researching, the team found out that few docus were made that feature our drivers. And by that, we present to you Viaje, a documentary film about our habal-habal drivers. But before going into the details, we may present again the HD Productions. I am Kristhel Joy Dalanon, the director and writer of this documentary film. I am a broadcasting student from Pico University College of Arts and Letters and also the editor-in-chief of Bujong, the official publication of the said college. I am also an active student in various student organizations such as Blue Feather Society and Balangibog Organization. I was hailed as the outstanding broadcasting student during my first year in college and the outstanding college student for 2 consecutive years. I am a broadcasting student who has directed a couple of short films for school projects.
Good day. I'm Angelica Nuñez, the host and writer of this documentary film. I'm a broadcasting student from the College of Arts and Letters. I am the current president of Bicol University Lawood, the organization of Mas Batanños and Bicol University, the external associate producer, and the host/writer at Boses ng Speechless.
I am Kelly Claire M. Cordero. I am the marketing director and sound recordist of the film and also a broadcasting student from Bicol University College of Arts and Letters. I am a member of Bicol University New Generation Cultural Singers and a business manager at Balangibog Organization.
Good day, my name is Cleo de Chavez, the budget and financial director of the film, also a broadcasting student from Bicol University College of Arts and Letters, and a member of Balangibog Organization for Broadcasting Students in Bicol University.
Hello, I am Angelo Aganan. I am the cameraman and editor of the film. I'm a broadcasting student at Bicol University College of Arts and Letters, and I'm also a member of Balangibog Organization.
When it comes to the synopsis or if what the documentary film is all about, habal-habal is one of the go-to public transportations of the people, especially in the province. This mode of commuting is also suitable for areas that are hard to reach by cars and even tricycles, thus making this an important factor in transportation and, of course, in the Filipino culture. Habal-habal drivers help the public in commuting to places, but because of the pandemic, their source of livelihood was also put into halt. With Viaje, a documentary film, the life of habal-habal driver will be shown. This is from how he starts his day by looking for passengers until he reaches his home at night. It will not only look for his life as a driver, but will also cover how he manages his income and if it is enough for his family. In terms of its location, Mayong Payong is located in Mobo, Masbate, and to reach this place, one needs to ride a habal-habal because of its top location, which is actually 4 kilometers away from the centro of Mobo. This place is often visited by tourists because of the excitement it gives when reaching its top. And is also one of the famous hiking places in Masbate, which is why there are habal-habal drivers located at the entrance of the place for people who are actually not willing to take the risk of almost 3.5 kilometers hike. But aside from all of this, there is a community located near the Mayong Payong and even an elementary school. A reason why even in the middle of a pandemic and tourists being banned, habal-habal drivers are still needed for a commute. The danger of their work is given because of the location of the place, but it never actually occurred to the public that for a small amount of money, they are actually putting their lives at risk, and this is all for the exchange of having food in their tables. A story like this, Viajes, is unique since not all documentaries on television have shown the lives of habal-habal drivers. This pandemic has made the everyday living of the Filipino people a struggle, and another sector of the working class take the bullet of this worldwide problem.
The subject biography. This documentary film will focus more on the life of habal drivers. The team will interview two habal drivers to have a different perspective about the job and their life as drivers. The first one is Kuya Ronel Bunge, a resident of Hulugon, Mobo Masbate. He is 36 years old, married to Madeline Bunge, and has four children. His highest educational attainment is high school, and both of his parents were farmers. The second subject is Hipolito Bulon Jr. He is the youngest habal-habal driver at Mayong-Payong Mountain Peak, aging 16 years old only and currently in his 10th grade in junior high school. Hipolito is currently residing at Hulugon Mobo Masbate, and his mother is the barangay captain of Hulugon. Additionally, the team will interview at least one passenger of the habal-habal drivers, probably one of the teachers at the elementary school at the said location.
When talking about background research, this is very important before doing the actual documentary film. This is also necessary to know the basic details and information, not just about the film itself, but more on the subject of the documentary. Viaje entails a personal journey of the driver on how he navigates his day from leaving their home up until reaching it again after a day full of trips. To have the details containing facts that are needed for this, conducting a one-on-one interview with the subject is necessary. But this will not suffice. Ethnographic research will be incorporated in this documentary, wherein the team will also experience the life of the driver as they join him for a day. Ethnographic research is actually done by a lot of people who wanted to immerse in a community that they wanted. This is to give the viewers the idea of the struggles of this taxing and dangerous job. Emerging into this will paint a picture in the viewers' minds on how this kind of job works and how they survive their everyday life. The team will also interview the driver's family to support his claims and stories. These details will make the documentary stronger in terms of reliability. In addition, commuters will also be asked a few questions on their experience and perspective whenever they ride habal-habal to Mayong-Payong. Upon doing the documentary, pre-interviews to get the necessary details such as name, age, just like what one of my teammates did in the subject biography, must be done for the team to understand and have a grasp of what they will be doing or what kind of journey they will be having. This will also give the team a direction on the documentary film. Since I am the one tasked as the director and writer of the documentary, it is very necessary for me to discuss the directors or to present the directors and visual treatment to all of you. The flow of the film will start from the moment Habal Habal driver leaves his house to stay at the start of the Mayong Payong. This is where all of the Habal drivers are actually located. This could entail an hour or more in waiting for a passenger to come around and hire him to be a driver to reach the top of the place. And the journey, the steep and bumpy road will be emphasized in the video and will be shown. This will later be given an emphasis in the script that will be discussed by one of our teammates. This is how their jobs become difficult and dangerous, which is why this must be given an importance, just like what I said earlier. A one-on-one interview will be done with the subject. The following questions, together with the scenes, will also be discussed later. This is to get first-hand information of the job details that he is facing every day. Additional information will be done through an interview with a commuter, the subject's family, and other habal-habal drivers. This is again to give reliability for the story. This is a documentary that will be using ethnographic research, as I have said earlier, and since this is also a cinema verite where the situation itself will tell the story, only voiceovers will be added to the documentary as the team wanted to achieve a realistic kind of film. As discussed earlier, editing will only be by means of attaching the clips or videos and adding voiceover or the narrator's voice to introduce and guide the viewers. Other than that, the documentary aims to show an unedited film feels like of film that shows and tells the struggle of one sector, which is the drivers, as the country have.
So here comes the budget plan. It includes the travel and related expenses. The first one is rent in Habal Habal for a day. It only costs 1,000 pesos because it's only just one driver. And the next is token. The token is a grocery package worth 500 pesos for a Habal Habal driver. The next is food and beverage for per persons. The four persons are the three production members and one Habal Habal driver that cost 200 each person, 200 pesos each. And for the next is the other expenses or the miscellaneous. It will cost only 500 pesos and with a total amount of 2,800 pesos, and this said amount will suffice the needs for the documentary film. And for financial plan, all members of the team have the same amount of contribution when in terms of financial aspects. For the director and writer, 20%, host and writer, 20%, budget and financial director, 20%, video editor, 20%, and recordist, 20%, with a total amount of 100%.
For the marketing plan, the product is a TV documentary titled Biyahe, which will focus on Mayong Payong's habal-habal drivers. Mayong Payong is a hill with a view deck of Masbate City, and to get there, you need to rent a habal-habal. The film Biyahe will depict the life of a habal-habal driver and how he or she copes in the face of a pandemic that has halted their source of income. The documentary team will investigate not only his life as a driver, but also how he manages his income and whether it is sufficient for his family. The team wants to release this documentary film and make sure that the target audience enjoys and connects with it. For the audience, the target demographic is 14 years old and above. The team looked into what kind of film people would watch in today's world, and since everyone is dealing with the pandemic, a cinema verite documentary appeared to fit the bill. The entire biyahe of the Habal Habal driver will be featured as well as their hardships to travel and make it via an unpaved road to generate enough money for their family to eat at least 3 meals per day. This will pique the viewers the, this will pique the viewers' interest and elicit an emotional response to the story. In terms of lifestyle marketing, the team have limited resources. Many of the scenes are set in the driver's house and on the road. There is no need for excessive sets, props, etc. They discovered through research that audience like documentaries that they can relate to or scenarios that are genuine to reality, therefore allowing the team to keep the sets minimal without using props.
For graphics and branding, like many other documentaries, the team decided to create its own tagline, Pasada ng Buhay, which will be included in the documentary so it will then be recognized to any other audience and viewers. HD Team is the name of the group. HD means for Habal Habal drivers, which is why there is a motorcycle on the logo with a film sign. We want to make documentary films that connect with our viewers and depict emotional relationships in our product.
This is the script or the outline of the documentary film. Next slide, please. The first one is the introduction will be the establishing shots about the unpaved road, the Mayungpayang mountain peak, the habal-habal drivers, and the environment of the working place. The host will narrate at the first part of the documentary film. On the scene two, the visual will be the shots while the team is hiking. We are going to tell the story or we are going to um, narrate the struggle while hiking. On scene 3, In this part, we are already at the resident of the first subject, which is who is Kuya Ronel. We are going to have a casual conversation with him regarding his morning routine, and we are going to introduce him to the viewers. In this scene, the host will experience the struggle of a passenger and will see how the habal-habal driver battles with the unpaved and muddy road. We are going to experience the point of view of the passengers. In this scene, we are going to have a casual interview with Kuya Ronel, but there are instances wherein there are background noise since we are traveling. That is why we are going to show the whole biyahe of the habal driver while the host is narrating about the struggle of the habal driver. On the scene 5, the team will just simply wait for the passengers of the habal driver. We will know how many passengers per day there are. We are going to interview at least one passenger, probably a teacher who is working at the elementary school at Hulugun, Mobo, Masbate. On scene 6, we are going to show how Kuya Ronel budget his income in a day. In this part, we are already at the house of Kuya Ronel, wherein they will have a family dinner. We are also going to interview one of the family members. They're going to ask if the income of Kuya Ronel is enough for them to at least have 3 meals in a day. Scene 7, the outro. The outro will be based on the answer of the habal driver, the experience, and his struggle as a driver. The visual here will be a medium shot of the host while talking.
That was the whole plan of the team of the HD Productions for the documentary film titled Biyahe. It will definitely talk about the struggle of not just an ordinary driver, but actually a habal-habal driver who actually works in in a particular place in Mobo, Masbate. It is not a very simple journey because, as we presented earlier, the road towards the place is not the usual road that people would see. It's not cemented. It's not the usual um, plain safe kind of road. And even the team who will be there to join the driver will actually experience the whole struggle. That's why we discussed or we presented earlier that ethnographic research is also is also part of the whole documentary process. And that's the uh, team HD Productions, and this is the presentation for the documentary film Biyahe. Thank you very much.